Okay, welcome to my channel. If you're new to this channel, please do well to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and turn on the notification bell. There's something we are looking at this morning, and this is about what is happening in Nigeria, what is regarded as Christian genocide in Nigeria. And we know that many people have said different things, and this pastor, we are going to listen to him account he narrated. He narrated a serious account that even the United States government is reacting to it seriously in what is happening in Nigeria. Let's take our time and listen to this pastor.
Take that hospital. That hospital, there are girls that were taking care, the Fulani girls. There are Christian girls that are taking care of their beloved ones. The Fulani girls are also there, so they were all mingling together. Everybody was after his own, caring for the admitted ones. The mother of the other girl that was admitted, she was there. But when the Fulani terrorists came in the night and robbed the hospital, they kidnapped 2 people. All of them are Christian girls. They raped them. One escaped. Near the mountains that is behind him, the rocks that are here. They released them around 12 midnight. They have to scroll in pain, crying. They resurfaced in the hospital again. The nurses that were on duty, they took over. Even as the time that I came the following day, there was still blood stain on their clothes. After they removed, they put another one, blood was still rushing. This is the life of Christian in Nigeria among the Fulani terrorists, the Islamic terrorists. Now, we just brought this topic so that it will pass across with the donation that we have received from different parts. We'll continue to be faithful to give this one on behalf of the daughter, and we give God the glory. Baba, I'm giving you this token of, let the power of Jesus guide you. I know you have passed through pain.
Now, apart from that, there's something that I saw concerning what is happening. You know that after this thing game media coverage, media gain momentum in the media, many people in Nigeria, especially the politicians in Nigeria, the Nigerian government, and some other people, they are saying that no, there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. Rather, what is happening in Nigeria is farmer herders clash, or they are tagging it climate change. They say the issue is as a result of climate change in the country. But then this journalist has come up to say something very important that we need to pay attention to. Look at what the American journalist said. This United States journalist came out and she said something that is very profound. She was fearless. Let's listen to her.
There was no Truth Nigeria. There was no media organizations. And you know what was happening to those people? To Lawrence and Masara Kim and all of them? The journalists sitting in the big capital cities, the big cities and in the capital, who were taking the line from the government and didn't have the courage or the integrity or the professionalism or the character or the motivation to go to those frontline villages. They just bought the line from the government that it wasn't really happening, and they bought the line from the U.S. State Department that this is nomadic tribesmen being forced to move from climate change. The Fulani are not really terrorists. Oh, the fact that they're Muslims got nothing to do with it. Because they're nomadic tribesmen, they're looking for other land. They're looking to go somewhere, and that's forcing them to clash with the Christian villages. Nonsense. That's absolute nonsense. That is just an example to you of how climate has been used as a scam. I mean, it's not just fake. It's much worse than that. All of these systems that are being implemented that are so profoundly dishonest, they're systems of control. How do we control the people, control the information and the narrative, and then have that as cover to do whatever it is that we want to do, which, by the way, is to go into Christian villages and not only annihilate people. I mean, in one of the recent attacks that Truth Nigeria has reported on, putting women and children inside cages in the market and burning them alive. I mean, I was sitting down to dinner in my hometown in Texas one Friday night years ago. My husband was with me. It was when we were trying to get the sound of freedom was being blocked because people didn't want child trafficking to be a conversation everyone was having. And we were doing our best to help get that movie put out. And I got a video. I showed it to my husband as we sat down. He couldn't eat. And it was a young 18-year-old, 17, 18-year-old girl from Nigeria who was pulled from one of the villages. And as they were slicing off her head, they were digging her baby out of her tummy. And she was well advanced in pregnancy. That's the reality of what, when you put those numbers up and you go before your colleagues in Congress and you put those numbers forward, that's what it means in human terms. I mean, Lawrence once was calling Doug and myself. He's sitting in the back of a meat wagon on the bodies of his friends and neighbors with malaria. Remember, after that he went out with malaria for weeks. I mean, these the courage of the people who are on the front lines reporting this cannot be overstated. But the challenge that they face is that the media itself denies the reality that they see and report on with their own eyes and ears. I mean, that's without conscience. Honestly, I stand before all of you in the National Press Club of the United States of America, the most powerful free nation on earth, where we have First Amendment rights. And I cannot say strongly enough to the press corps, do your job. Do your job. Because we are supposed to be the inspiration and also the safety net for journalists everywhere. It is truly without conscience that you can witness the execution of people and have it denied because journalists are too lazy, too corrupt, too stupid, too cowardly to stand up and tell the truth. That is without conscience. And, we have to stop being afraid of what people will say to us. We have to stop allowing those who tell the truth to be punished and those who lie to be rewarded.
The funny thing right now? The funny thing right now is this. The funny thing right now is this. There's a news on Fox TV. Now, Fox TV, American television, Fox TV is coming up now to say that a group of Nigerian politicians, legislators, they are in Washington. They have come to Washington, D.C. to lobby Trump administration not to designate Nigeria as a country of uh, special need. No, they have come now to say that no, that they need to lobby the government not to designate Nigeria because they know if Nigeria is being designated, Nigeria will be sanctioned in many ways. So look at what the first journalist said concerning what the politicians in Nigeria are doing concerning this genocide. They are trying to cover it up. Look at what they said, allegedly. Look at it.
3 churches are destroyed every day in this area. And look, it's a combination. In northern Nigeria, you have both Muslims and Christians being killed. But in the Middle Belt and elsewhere, it's all Christians being slaughtered. And the perpetrators here are Boko Haram, whose name we know, right. An Islamic terrorist group. You have these Fulani herdsmen who run around on horses or on motorcycles with machine guns. They literally mow these Christians fields down, these farmers who are tending to their land. It is an outrage. And back in 2017, the Trump administration designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern, which came with sanctions. Well, when the Biden administration came along, Anthony Blinken lifted that designation. He said these murders were being committed because of climate change. So that's why you see now Ted Cruz and 35 Christians saying, wait, we need to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. It's a bloodbath. It's a genocide.
It does seem like if this were happening to somebody else, you would see it on the front page of the New York Times, the front page of the Washington Post every day. Why isn't it?
Well, I think because, A, it's Africa, and we just don't cover Africa the way we should, and B, for whatever reason, Islamic terrorism is just not covered. And when you look closely, 22 Islamic terrorist groups, including Boko Haram and others, have safe haven and have a safe quarter in Nigeria. Now, here's a little news. I was told this last week. There is a group of Nigerian legislators coming to Washington this week trying to petition the Trump administration and Congress from designating their country as a one of particular concern. They don't want this, but they're doing nothing to protect the Christian population there and to stop these radical Islamic groups from just laying waste to people on the other side of the religious divide from them. But I've spoken to Christian leaders there for decades. They will tell you they are very much afeared that Nigeria is going to turn into what Egypt and Constantinople became, which, remember, was a majority Christian country that over time you had an Islamic destruction of the faith. And that's what's happening in Nigeria in real time. We've got to do something here, at least put sanctions on this government.
Now, what people are saying is this: when will this end? All these things these people are doing, when will it end? They say it's farmer header clash. They target climate change, and they even say outrightly there is no genocide in Nigeria. And some other people, like the PFN president, that some persons are saying that this man, Wale okay, people are saying that this man doesn't have conscience. This man came up, he said in an interview with Punch newspaper, he said that there's nothing like that in Nigeria, even though it's happening, that it's happening to Muslims, it's also happening to Christians. And some persons are saying no, that if it's happening to Muslims, who are the people responsible? Is it the Christians that are perpetrating this act in the north? Is it not Muslims that are doing it? Moreover, some persons are saying that if you go to a middle belt, a state like Benue State, all the things happening daily in Benue State are happening to Christians, because Benue State is majorly Christian state. There's no Muslims there, are not much. So everything there is Christians. Then when you go to northeast or north central, the ones happening there, okay, maybe Christians and Muslims, but majority of casualties are on Christians. People are saying it, majority of casualties are on Christians, and people perpetrating this act are Muslims, not Christians. So people are saying different things concerning this, and this pastor has come up during the time of he was performing this burial rite. He called on Trump administration, saying that Trump should come and help Nigeria. He called on United States senators to come and help Nigeria Christians, because the Nigerian government is not helping them. Rather, Nigerian government are trying to see how they will cover up what is happening. So you watching this, what do you think? Go to the comment section. Please drop your comments. Nigerians need to wake up. Please drop your comments. Please drop your comments and tell us what you think. And don't forget to give this video a thumb up. See you in my next video. Bye.